Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Now, the NFL just delivered a PR win to Deshaun Watson in his sexual misconduct litigation. For months, the Houston Texans and Deshaun Watson waited for the NFL to intervene and watched the offseason calendar flip from one month into the next. It all led into Sunday when a measure of clarity finally settled in for the quarterback and the Texans. After operating largely in silence for almost an entire offseason, the NFL made a statement this week by simply continuing to not make any statement. Despite investigating Watson since March following the filing of civil lawsuits accusing him of sexual misconduct against 23 women, one has since withdrawn litigation. The league office chose not to put Watson on the commissioner's exempt list prior to the start of training camp. That's a significant public relation win for the quarterback, given that the lawyer for the women suing Watson, Tony Busby, confirmed that a handful of his clients spoke to the NFL investigator Lisa Friel during the league's probe. Busby was critical of how those interviews went, going as far to claim the NFL didn't respect the alleged victims during the interview process. Those complaints ultimately prompted the league to defend Friel and state that the investigation was ongoing while the league also kept tabs on any law enforcement involvement. It means that the league has gone through its process up to this point and still hasn't been compelled to force Watson onto paid leave. That doesn't necessarily mean Watson will never be sidelined by the NFL, but it's notable that the league office hasn't reached that juncture following more than 4 months of investigation. At the very least, that gives Watson additional public relations traction, given that the Houston Police Department's investigation, which has also been ongoing for more than 4 months, hasn't produced criminal charges tied to the civil lawsuits. Combined with Watson's lawyer, Rusty Hardin, repeatedly stating that the quarterback intends to go through the litigation process rather than settle, it's all suggestive that Watson's ability to play football may not be impacted until the lawsuits begin to be tried, if at all. The timeline for the civil lawsuit litigations has already been established in a manner that will free Watson to play out the 2021 season before entering the courtroom with his first deposition not slated until February 2022. That means for now, Watson's football future will once again take center stage. A Texan team source confirmed Sunday morning that Watson intends to report to camp on time, thereby avoiding the $50,000 in daily fines that Houston could have levied against him. It also means that a potential trade could pick up speed in the next few weeks, with the Texans now having to contemplate what it will mean to have Watson in the building and around the team when he's still adamant about seeking a trade. That's going to ramp up some element of pressure for the Texans, who will now have to weigh the risk of putting Watson onto a practice field where he could suffer an injury versus protecting a trade commodity. And it might be that very quandary that opens the phone lines to other teams to pursue Watson. If the Texans keep Watson off the field, it will be clear that the team is protecting him for a trade. If Houston sends him out for practice, it could signal that the franchise is making a last-ditch effort to repair the rift between itself and its star. At the moment, the likelihood of that appears slim. Watson Camp has made a point to relay that he's showing up for training camp to preserve his $10.54 million salary in 2021. Not to back away from the offseason trade demand, Watson's advisors also know this move serves a purpose beyond avoiding fines, putting the Texans into a position where they have to make a choice with the quarterback. It's a decision that may finally end with Watson on the trading block and Houston willing to take offers for him, ending the team's months-long stonewalling of trade inquiries. However Houston chooses to handle the situation, what's clear is that Watson has achieved a public relations win that his legal team had been hoping for. Watson and the Texans spent months acutely aware that the NFL could step in at any moment and remove him from the field until his legal issues were resolved. The league ultimately has declined to do that. putting Watson into a position where he can start applying more pressure to his football future. Ultimately, no news from the NFL is good news for Watson, and that's exactly what he received this week. So basically, that was a big win for Deshaun Watson. That was a big win for Deshaun Watson. A very big win. And to all his haters, there you go. To Busby, to you Houston Texan fans, to you racist ass crackers, this goes to you. All of you. Now, let's get to the gist of this. The Houston Texans put this report out to mess up Deshaun Watson's trade value. They felt like they could put all this against him so they could mess around and get that money back, because what they could have done was void his contract if he did something detrimental to the team. He didn't. All of this is civil lawsuits. The worst that Deshaun has to do is pay a fine. They tried to send one to the criminal courts, got denied and rejected. Now, the NFL's not doing nothing about this because there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There is nothing there. All this was to dirty his name. It's the same thing they did to Bill Cosby. They did the same thing to Bill Cosby. They dirty the black man's name. Once they dirty the black man's name, it's good. They can move on now. Now he's been damaged. So now it's going to be certain teams skeptical to get him. Whereas it probably was half the league probably wanted him until these came out. Now you got guys like, oh, I don't know if we want him no more. And now you got guys probably like John Elway saying, I don't want him no more. We're probably going to go with Teddy Bridgewater starting if we can't get Aaron Rodgers. But I didn't see nobody else. I didn't see none of these reports come out for Karen Rodgers. Why is that? Why didn't Karen Rodgers have this come out? Why didn't any lawsuits come out on Karen Rodgers? Why isn't the media blasting them? Why didn't Brett Favre call out Karen Rodgers? Why did he call out Deshaun Watson? Why did everybody else call out Deshaun Watson? My belly, baby. That's from hard work and eating and drinking. Why is that? You ask your question this. The reason they didn't come out of Karen Rodgers is because he's white. He's a white boy. Nothing's going to come out against him because that's what they like. They always do us, the brother man, wrong, but they never do the white guy wrong. Now, if Deshaun Watson is found innocent from all these charges, he should have the right to countersue and get these women locked up. All these women, including Busby, should be locked up for false accusations, for defamation of character, and all of this stuff. Well, Busby ain't going to get locked up. He's a lawyer. But all these women should be tried for lying on him. But you know why they're not going to do it? Because a lot of them are mostly white women. White women, you probably got some black women. I don't know. They haven't shown the pictures. You got to be in the Houston area. But I said this on my homegirl Tracy show. Shout out to Tracy and Cliff on the mark. I disagree with them at least 60% of the time, maybe 70%. But like I told her on her show, they did this to destroy Deshaun Watson's name. The NFL did an investigation, and guess what? They found nothing. That's why he can play this year. Now, is he going to get traded? Who knows? But guess what? Deshaun Watson's playing the game. You guys are mad because he's not a dumb nigga. He's smart. He's smarter than you guys. And he's going to get every last bit of his money from that contract y'all gave him. And guess what? If y'all don't trade him when y'all need to, He's going to play week 1 because he's not going to lose his money. He already knows what this is. We all know what this is. Texans, if you were going to do some bullshit like this, some shiesty shit, allegedly, what you should have done was wait a while, then bring the allegations up. Why would these allegations come out now? Why did these allegations come out last year, the year before last? Come on, you guys got to think. All of this is BS, propaganda, built up by the media, built up by these fakes. Now, what does this mean? Who do I see him getting traded to? He's going to be traded to the NFC. He's not getting traded to the AFC, all right? They don't want to see him at all. They're going to send him to the NFC, I feel like. And he could be traded for he could be either traded to Philly or he could be traded to the Washington football team. I think the Washington football team should trade and go get Deshaun Watson. If they get Deshaun Watson added to that defense, Washington will be in the Super Bowl or they will be playing the Bucs in the NFC Championship game where the Bucs, I believe, will go back to win their back-to-back title. So we'll see. He should go to Washington. If not Washington, let's see, where else could he go? He could go to Philly or Washington. Trying to see. If I'm the Panthers, I would trade for him. He would fit the Panthers perfectly. I would trade Chris McCaffrey and some people for him. So I would try to go to the Panthers, Eagles, or the Washington football team. Yeah, those to me would be the best teams in the NFC. I don't see them trading him to the AFC. That's just my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about. Like I said, I'm riding for Deshaun Watson. I got this shirt, NOLA Brownies, RNS. You already know what that is. We're coming soon, man. Welcome HDTV's finna grow. We coming soon. We're gonna have a store where you guys can buy product. Also, I got some more shirts. I'll show them on another video, but I want to show this shirt to let you know that we're coming. We're going to have music coming out. Music going to come out soon, guys. I'm going to open the Patreon. I'm probably going to do it $1, $5, and $15. All right, I'm going to give it to y'all. It's going to be $1, $5, and then $15. And what we're going to do on that page is we're going to talk about a lot of the vaccine talk. We're going to talk about that because I can't put it on this page because they're really being strict about the COVID. I'm going to put a lot of stuff on there, a lot of news reports. I'm going to have video of me showing you guys the game. I'm going to go show you the game. I'm going to show it on my big screen TV behind me. You see it, I got YouTube on there, so I'm going to pull it up. And I'm going to show you guys game film on why LeBrownies is not a top 100 player. I'm going to show you why. I don't just say this to blow smoke out my ass. This is all facts, and I'm going to show you how he doesn't play the game right. I'm also going to break some film down on Patrick Mahomes and show you guys the difference between his play and Karen Rodgers and show you why Patrick Mahomes, to me, is better than Karen Rodgers. Okay, so that's going to come up on the Patreon when I get it set up. I will let you guys know what it is. Like I say, all I ask for you guys is to support it, just like you guys have been supporting me here. Like I said, I want to grow this. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm trying to grow my company. So one day I'll be able to have we'll be able to have my own website. I want to have my own website. My own website is basically going to feature a lot of these videos where I don't have to go through YouTube. I just use YouTube as basically marketing, and I put some videos on here, but I'm not going to put as much as I used to. So thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this, hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at the word welcome, the number 2, and an HDIITV. Thank you for listening, and we're out. Deezy.